You know those days when you wake up way after your alarm and you're just like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? And sometimes it's not like there's even anything that happened before it, you know? It doesn't have to be like after you got fucking drunk or like you didn't really sleep. Something just pops out of the blue. And you're wondering, what the fuck happened? What do I do? Why is this happening? Well, sometimes you're mentally fatigued more than you're like physically fatigued. So I'll give an example. I had to do a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. I had a whole bunch of tasks, went to a bunch of places. So when I came back home, even though I only slept like an hour to an hour and a half later than usual, I was extremely fucking tired. So I did wake up to my alarm at 6:30. It's extremely loud. It's frankly, I don't think it's possible to not wake up to it. But I just turned it off and went back to bed. You know, the classic thing. And I did that because I was so fucking mentally like fatigued that I just couldn't really be awake. Like even if I did force myself to be awake, I would just kind of like be a zombie for a few hours. You know, that's at least how it works for me. Even if I forcefully make myself up, those hours I'm getting are not really productive hours. So usually I just sleep through because I know I'm not gonna get much. I'm not gonna get to do much. But in your case, you might have, like an actual job, like a boss that actually needs you to like wake up every day, or a family, or other obligations. Like for example, my dog didn't get go down this morning. My father had to like get him down later. Yeah, I'm still tired. So, what's the point of all this rambling? Like, we all know how this feels. What the fuck do we do about it? Well, the first thing I would do is try to make the rest of the day as normal as possible. Don't deviate yourself. Don't give yourself like a break. Don't give yourself like, oh, I woke up later today, so I'm not gonna do all this, this, this. No, as long as it's still like possible, do it. Still do it on the time. Like I need to get a dog down at 11 and a half today, for example. Even though that would be quite pointless because he went down later today, I'll still get him down at this hour because I'm trying to retain that normalcy. I don't want to make this habit on my fucking schedule, and I don't want it to ruin my next day. Because at the end of the day, the sleep of today is what determines how well I'll operate tomorrow. So if I fuck up today, I'm just gonna like fuck up tomorrow as well. You know what I'm trying to say? So what you want to do is you want to try to make your day as normal as possible, stick to your routine as possible, do whatever tasks they are, try to fuck up your sleep the least you can as possible. That's the most crucial part. Even if you don't retain all the normal shit, at least make sure that your sleep is well this night. Or at least as well as it can be. Because your sleep is what determines the whole tomorrow, basically. So, that's the first strategy. The second thing I can tell you is just to kind of like accept it. Like say, okay, sometimes things don't work out, sometimes things fuck up. That's fine. I'll live more than a fucking day. So it's not like I'm gonna be fucked forever. But at the same time, I don't want this to happen again. I'm gonna try to minimize this as much as possible. That should be the mindset of like I'm gonna try to do better, but I'm not gonna like beat myself up about it. And it's gonna be very hard, because if you sometimes feel guilty, it's sometimes you actually miss something important. But you can't really go too hard on yourself. Also, another quick tip I'll give you is just to have like one alarm. Don't have more than one alarm, because you want your brain to take like the sound of the alarm seriously. You want to be like, jolted out of bed. And if you only have one alarm, then your body knows that it's either you wake up to it or you get fucked over. So that's probably also why I still woke up to the alarm today, even though I went back to sleep. But just though I still woke up. So don't have like fucking 15 alarms to like make sure you wake up. No, what's gonna happen is that you're just gonna keep turning them off because you don't care. You've already heard them before. This sound doesn't ring anything to you. It's like training a dog. You don't want to confuse it. You want to have one clear signal for one clear behavior. So for your signal, it's one alarm to wake up. Simple as that. Also, coffee is only a thing that should be used in emergencies and shit because you don't want to depend on it. I usually just don't drink coffee unless I have like a specific thing that I need to get today and I just have to like stay late and I have to be focused. but usually that doesn't happen. So don't bother with all the coffee and stimulants and shit unless you really need it. It's an emergency. Don't depend on it. It's not like coffee isn't bad for you per se, but I just find that your sleep, at least for me, is way sleep quality is way better when I haven't ingested any coffee. So yeah. Let's see. Anything else I could tell you? Hmm. Well, other than that, it's mostly just like a case by case basis. Like if you're like me, and it's not like you really missed anything. Like it's not like the end of the world, and I can just do whatever I'm trying to do later. Then I'll try to do these things later. Oh my god, I'm so tired. But if it's not like that, you have a job, you have some shit, then just like that's when I would probably use coffee. That's probably when I would like try to force myself as much as you can. And if you want to like try to avoid the whole scenario in the first place, right? Like, the best cure is just to like prevent it, and you just want to prevent the scenario of like you not being able to even wake up. Well, if I read that, I would first of all make sure only have one alarm. Second thing is I would make the alarm a bit farther away from me. Like my alarm is on the desk up here. So if I want to turn off this extremely loud alarm that's gonna wake up the whole neighborhood if I don't turn it off, then I gotta get out of my bed. Like don't put the phone right next to your bed where you can just tap it and go back. Force yourself to like get out of bed first. Other than that, don't close the windows. That's another thing. Don't close the windows. Someone here closed the windows while I was sleeping. And when your body senses darkness, it thinks it's still night. So open up the windows so sunlight can come in and try to wake you up better. Anything else? Don't fuck up your sleep. Obviously, don't fucking phone. Don't stimulate yourself too much. Don't go fucking running right before bed. Like don't start like watching World Wars before bed. Like don't stress yourself before bed. Try to be as calm as you can before bed. Also, don't force yourself to go to sleep. If you're like sitting in the bed for like 20-30 minutes, get up there for like 10 minutes or something, or at least until you feel tired again, then go back. Don't try to force yourself to go to sleep because that's stupid. You're trying to calm yourself down by forcing yourself to calm down. It doesn't work like that. You gotta calm down to be calmed down. You can't put extra effort. You get what I'm trying to say? So don't fucking force yourself to go to sleep. After like 20-30 minutes of you just sitting in bed, get out of bed, and then like 10 minutes. Also make sure the room is completely dark when you're sleeping. Like have the windows out so it lights up when it's time for you to wake up. But don't have lights while you're sleeping, or at least minimize them. I have like a fucking one of those cover eyes type of shit. So yeah, use those. Also, try to minimize activities before you're sleeping. Like don't shower right before bed. Don't fucking eat right before bed. Don't like a dog. You should probably get before bed so it doesn't piss in the house. But other than that, like if it doesn't have to be before bed, don't put it before bed. Give yourself like at least half an hour before bed of just nothing, where it's super boring and it's way easier for you to calm down, and you might even go sleep earlier than usual, giving yourself like extra buffer, which is always helpful. So yeah, let's run over that again. We do nothing before bed. We make sure we don't have lights in the fucking room. We make sure the window is open so light comes in when we need it. We have one alarm that's quite far away from us that is very loud and it's quite distinct. That forces us to get out of the bed to turn it off. Anything else? I think I said something else, but I don't remember. Whatever. You can just loop that like a video. Oh, and before I go, touch grass, dumbass.